Hi friends, in this video I'm going to be showing you how to connect the Hollyland Lark M2 wireless microphone with the GoPro Hero 11 or 12 using the GoPro Media Mod and the camera receiver that you can get as part of the Hollyland Lark kit. Alright, let's get straight into it. Okay, so there's two ways of connecting the microphone to the GoPro. The first is to use this Media Mod like this, because you have a cold shoe adapter just for mounting the actual receiver, and you also have a 3.5mm port on the back here. Now the alternative to that is to use the official GoPro adapter here, which has got a 3.5mm connector just like this, and you don't then need the Media Mods because you can connect it to the USB port. And I'll be showing you how to do that a little bit later on the video. So first of all, I'm going to show you how to connect it with the Media Mod. So the very first thing to do, other than of course put your camera inside the Media Mod, is step one, is to make sure you have the camera receiver. This is the Hollyland one like this, and you need to make sure you've already paired the wireless microphone to the receiver. Now, to double check that it's been paired, you need to make sure you have this solid blue light here. If you've got the solid blue light, that means that the actual microphone has been paired with the receiver. If it's flashing blue on either the receiver or the transmitter, well, they're going to be actually flashing blue on both of them, that means you haven't actually paired the microphone with the receiver and it's not going to work. So the very first thing to do, obviously, is to make sure you go through the instructions to pair that, and I can show you how to do that later in the video if you have a difficulty with that. So assume you've got things paired, the next thing to do is obviously mount your receiver onto your Media Mod. You've got a couple of options, of course. The first one is to mount it on the cold shoe mount here. You've also got one on the side like that. Now, once you've done that, the next thing you do is actually plug in the 3.5mm cable that comes as part of the kit. Now, you can use another one, but it's always a good idea to use the actual official one. Now, to double check that on your 3.5mm cable, you've got two black sort of lines here on one end and two black lines on the other end. If you've got three black lines, then that wire is not going to work at all. So make sure you've got two on one and two on the other. And then plug one of the ends into the socket like so at the top of the receiver, and the other one goes into the bottom port on the Media Mod, just like that. So that's the bottom one here, the only one that goes in, fact. And then you'll have pretty much got your receiver ready to go. Now you can just change the volume if you want of your receiver by turning the little knob here, and you can see as you do that, the three blue lights at the top is going to be 1, 2 or 3, so it's your 3 different levels, and I suggest maybe setting it at the second one and then changing it if necessary. Right, then of course make sure your GoPro switched on and you're ready to go. Obviously the next thing to do is make sure you have the wireless receiver. It has the blue light on, that means it's paired with the receiver, and of course you're using the right wireless mic if you've got two of them. And then just hit the record button and you should pretty much go and do your recording. So here's a test of the Hollyland Lark M2 talking wirelessly to the receiver on the GoPro Hero 11 with a Media Mod. The next thing to do, if you don't want to use the Media Mod to connect the microphone to the GoPro, the other option is to use the official microphone adapter like this. I've tried third-party adapters, but they just don't work. So you have to get, unfortunately, the official one and pay GoPro your money. Now, with the official adapter, you can then plug it into the USB-C port on the side of your GoPro. So when it's connected, it's going to look like this. You have your USB adapter going into the USB port, and you have on the adapter the 3.5mm socket just here. Next step, of course, is to plug the 3.5mm cable into your receiver like so, and then plug the other end into the 3.5mm socket on the adapter so it looks like this, and then you are pretty much ready to go and to record in this way. Now notice, of course, this is a little bit of a messy setup. You've got these cables kind of flying around. So the option I would suggest is to get yourself a little cage like the Ulanzi GL4, I think it is, and I can insert a quick shot of that just to mount your adapter inside that, and then you can mount your microphone on top. It looks certainly a lot more professional than this kind of temporary setup. All right, so this is a test of the Hollyland Lark M2 wireless microphone that's actually clipped to me here. It's now connected wirelessly to the GoPro Hero camera with the media mods using the camera receiver. I plugged in with a 3.5mm cable. So this is how it sounds. So this is a test of the microphone in the GoPro Hero 11 media mod. This is how it sounds in comparison to the microphone of the Hollyland Lark M2. Okay, so I'm next going to show you how to pair your wireless microphone with your receiver, and that doesn't matter whether it's one of the camera receiver like this or the any of the phone ones, such as the USB-C one here, or I've even got lying around the lightning one as well. So they're working exactly the same way. So the first thing to do, if you have noticed you've got flashing lights, is to pair the microphone. Okay, so you'll know that it's not paired because you'll see these blue flashing lights. So neither of my transmitters are paired with this particular receiver, just plugged into this iPhone here. So this means it's kind of needs to be set into pairing mode, which you can do by pressing and holding on the receiver, the button in 6 times. And then when you do, you'll notice it's now flashing the blue lights. That means that the receiver is now in pairing mode. So you need to do the same thing on your actual microphone transmitter as well. Now switch off the microphone or the transmitter by pressing and holding the yellow button at the top until the blue light goes off. That's step 1. The next step is to press and hold the yellow button again for maybe over 6 seconds, and you'll notice then that the blue light will flash from a single sort of slow flash to a much faster flash, and that means it's in pairing mode. And once you've done that, you should find it will probably connect to the receiver. Now you obviously have to make sure your receiver is plugged into the phone, so it's got power, otherwise it's not going to just magically work if it's sort of floating in the air like this. So plug your receiver into your phone, and after a few moments you notice that now one of my microphones has been synchronized or paired with this particular receiver, because the actual light on TX2 is now solid blue, and also I have the solid blue light on the wireless receiver. So that's how you do the pairing of the wireless transmitter with any of the receivers. Okay guys, that's how you can connect the Hollyland Lark M2 with the GoPro Hero cameras using the media mods and the camera receiver. Hope it's useful. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments below. Otherwise, of course, don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more tips and tricks like this. Take care and see you soon.